welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alyssa. I am 21 years old and I am a bodybuilder and I'm currently in my first prep. Welcome to my week of workouts. Basically a little bit how my split looks as an overview before we get into it. I train 5 days and I have 2 rest days. I just got a new little workout split, so basically my coach gives me all of the workouts that I do for the week, and every 5 weeks that changes. So I recently just got a change, so this is all new workouts for me. So I figured let's film a week of workouts. I didn't really explain this during the video, but I also am doing cardio at the moment. I do just have cardio on all of my training days. I don't have any cardio on my rest days, just a little bit of a step goal, but that is also what my cardio looks like during the week. I just do the elliptical. I did start doing the Stairmaster, but it was getting to be too much on my legs and I wasn't recovering as well. So I switched to the elliptical not too long ago and I love it so much more. I just have a calorie burn goal. I don't have to go for a certain amount of time, but it usually ends up being around 30 to 35 minutes. Without further ado, let's get into what a week of my workouts look like. So starting off my week of workouts, we are hitting back, and I start my back day with this lat pull down machine, which I usually don't use. I usually do like a cable lat pull down, but my plan has these in here now, so that is what I'm starting with. I'm doing 3 sets here. 2 sets are my top sets, so my heaviest weight, and then I'm doing 1 back off set as well. Honestly, I think my favorite part about watching these back is looking at my back and seeing the progress, because I swear my back has never looked this shredded before, and crazy to think that it's going to get even more shredded. Next movement is a chest supported dumbbell row. It honestly took me 1 set to figure out which weight I wanted to use for this that was challenging enough for me, but I ended up sticking to the 35s, and I did 3 sets of 10 to 15 here. These really just target my middle back, and I'm really focusing on controlling this movement and feeling this in my middle back, so I'm trying not to go super heavy here, but I do want to challenge myself as well. Then we are going into the assisted pull-up machine. Don't ask me to do a normal pull-up because I simply cannot. I swear I've been lifting for 4 years at this point and I still can't do one, but it's okay, we're not going to talk about it. I'm doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 here, and I really just try to go as light as I can on the assisted part, so it's a little bit more challenging, but really going slow and controlled on these to feel this in my lats, and I swear my back has been looking so good, especially doing these. Then moving into this narrow grip pull down movement, I'm using 2 D handles for this because it helps me to feel it less in my biceps and more in my middle and upper back. So just doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 here as well. Are we seeing a trend? But I think I got up to 90 or 95 pounds on this, so I'm loving these, and the pump that I get from these, girl. Then the last movement of my back day is this rope cable upper back row. I've actually never done these before, but I really liked them. I really felt these in my back, and I think the form is right here. I don't know. I'll have to double check with my coach, but I really enjoyed these. I had the best mind and muscle connection, and it was a great way to finish off this back day. Also doing 3 sets of 10 to 15. Are we shocked? Day 2, we are hitting quads, and I always say if you are not afraid of your leg day, it's not hard enough, and let me tell you, I am afraid of this quad day. So we are starting by warming up the quads. We pre-exhaust them before we go into our main movements. So I'm starting with 3 by 20 of leg extensions. 20, okay, that's criminal, but I don't go super heavy, obviously, because I am doing 20 reps and I'm just warming up the quads here. And if that doesn't get you warm enough, that is okay, because we are supersetting that with walking lunges, and I'm doing 16 down and 16 back, so basically 16 on each leg. And this is the movement that I dread. I'm doing front squats on the Smith machine, and I don't know why, but front squats have just always been a difficult movement for me, but if it's not difficult, then it's not going to challenge you. So we are doing 3 by 10 on these front squats, and let me tell you, my quads were screaming after that. After that warm-up, my quads were just done, and these front squats, they did it for me. Then for our second compound movement of this quad day, I'm doing a leg press, and I'm doing 3 total sets here. 2 sets are going to be at my heaviest weight, and then I'm doing a back off set as well. So for my back off set, I just drop the weight a little bit and just rep them out and go until I literally can't. And my quads, they were screaming. I was screaming. I was so excited for this workout to be done. Now for the most awkward machine in the gym, we are doing hip adductions, or if you want to call this the good girl, bad girl machine, we're doing the bad girl version, basically opening and closing your legs. So I'm doing 3 sets of 15 here, and I don't go super heavy just because my adductors are not that strong. So I think I went up to like 90 pounds on this, but I'm supersetting this with the next movement, and that will finish off this quad day. Here's your proof. I actually do hit calves. Believe it or not, these little tree trunks at the bottom of my legs, yeah, I do hit them. They just don't grow and they look like I haven't hit them in my entire life. But I'm supersetting calf raises with the hip adduction, and I'm doing 3 sets of 15 as well, just to finish off, round out the legs, and that is the quad day, folks. Day 3 of my split is my delt day, and this is honestly my favorite day. I just love hitting shoulders. I love a good shoulder pump. But I start my delt day with cable rear delt flies. I love these. I love rear delts. I love it all. I'm doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 here, and I go at a moderate weight to where I can really control the reps and feel it in my rear delts. Then moving into a superset, I'm starting with these seated lateral raises, and I thought I could do 15s on this, but I ended up lowering the weight just because when you're seated, it's a lot harder than you think to really control the weight going up. So I'm just doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 here, and also supersetting it with the next exercise. Like I said, it's a superset, so we're going right into this next exercise. This is an upright row. I'm using this little pre-weighted barbell. You can do this on the cable too, but I prefer these. I'm using a 50-pound here, and I'm doing 3 sets of 12 to 15. Then our main compound of this delt day is a shoulder press, and I'm doing this on the shoulder press machine. You can do dumbbells or a Smith machine as well, but my coach wanted me to do these on the machine. So I'm doing 3 sets of 12 here, trying to keep the weight difficult, but also not super heavy so that I can still do 12 reps. And my theory is if you close your eyes, you can get the weight up easier. Then for a single arm movement, I'm doing these single arm front raises on the cable. These burn so bad, but so good, if you know what I mean. I thought I could go heavy. No, you cannot. I personally cannot. I can only do like 10 pounds on these, but you will be humbled. So I'm doing 3 sets of 10 to 12. Then my last exercise for my delt day is these incline bench Y raises. I am doing 12 pounds here and really just trying to control the weight going up and trying not to use the rest of my body to get my arms up, if you know what I mean. But that's why you do it on the incline bench, because it really keeps your body stable and you only can use your arms to get the weight up. So I'm doing 3 sets of 12 to 15, and that will conclude my delt day. I had to include this little pump video because I really have been so proud of the progress that I've made recently, and I've been feeling a little bit like I'm not looking like I'm in prep, but watching these back, I'm like, okay, you're looking a little lean, girl, okay? So I just wanted to keep this in and show off my shoulder pump. Day 4 of my split is a glute and hamstring day, and this is after a rest day, so I am so ready to hit legs. Don't mind the braids. I know I look like a 5-year-old, but as the workout progresses, I lose the braids. But to start my glute day, I am starting with hip abductors, also the good girl, bad girl machine, but we are good girls this time. Not me realizing I completely messed that up. Adduction is the good girl because you're closing your legs. Abduction is the bad girl because you're opening them. That is so embarrassing. This is what I get for trying to be funny. And I'm doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 here just to warm up those glutes. First compound movement of this glute day are a Smith machine step up, and these are really good for isolating each glute because it is a single leg movement. So I'm doing 3 sets of 12 on each leg. I'm using a bench to step on. It's probably not the most stable option, but you can really do whatever you want. And looking back at these are curing my body dysmorphia because I didn't know my legs were actually looking that lean. So slay. And then it wouldn't be a glute day without some sort of hip thrust. So I'm using this little glute bridge machine that my gym has. It's just easier setup for me. And I'm doing 3 sets of 15 for these. And again, just focusing on feeling this in my glutes. It's really easy for these to have your quads take over. So I'm just really trying to focus on my glutes and only feel it in my glutes. Then by this point, the hair was in a high ponytail, which we love to see. And we are doing another single leg movement here, and it's the cable kickbacks. I'm doing 3 sets of 12 and not doing super heavy on these because I just want to feel this in my glutes, have good mind-muscle connection. And it's really hard to do that when you go too heavy. So really focusing on controlling this movement and feeling this in the booty. Really hoping you enjoyed the view of this angle because it's quite literally an ass shot, but I do the best I can. So I'm doing a single leg lying hamstring curl here, and I cannot go super heavy on these at all. I am way weaker than I thought on single leg movements for my hamstrings. So I'm doing 3 sets of 12, and again, just trying to control the weight as much as I can, even though I can't go super heavy. And again, queen of angles here, just another ass shot, so you're welcome, honestly. Finishing off this glute day with a hyperextension movement. I love these for rounding out the glutes, and for this I'm trying to keep my back as rounded as possible, and I'm just doing 3 sets of 15, and that concludes the ass day. Then the last day of my split, every guy's favorite day, arms. Basically, it's just a couple of supersets and 2 other exercises, and then I'm out of that bitch. But we are starting with alternating bicep curls, and the rep range for this is 3 sets of 12 to 20, which is kind of a lot, but I just pick a weight that's challenging for me, and I try to hit within that rep range. But I'm supersetting this one and the next exercise as well, but we are starting with the biceps. Right after that, we are going right into an easy bar tricep push down. And again, the rep range is 3 sets of 12 to 20 for this, but I'm trying to pick a weight that is going to challenge me. That's basically the theme of this freaking video. But I love triceps. My triceps have grown so much in the past couple of years, so I love hitting triceps, and this is one of my favorite movements of my entire arm day. Moving on to the next superset, this was supposed to be a dumbbell spider curl on an incline bench, but all the freaking benches were taken and I did not feel like waiting for them, okay? So I just grabbed one of these bars and started repping out some bicep curls because a bicep curl is a bicep curl. You can only do so much for a bicep, so same difference, but the rep range again is 3 by 12 to 20, and I think I used the 40-pound for this, so just repping out the curls. Then this angle makes these look really weird, but I'm going right into a dumbbell overhead tricep press, and I used a 35-pound for this, I think. And again, the rep range 3 by 12 to 20. Who's surprised? Not me. But these are kind of awkward for me. I feel them in my triceps, but I feel like it looks like I'm doing them wrong, but I feel them in my triceps, so I'm gonna take it, okay? A win is a win. Then we are doing some rope bicep curls. These are hammer curls technically, but again, a bicep curl is a bicep curl. You can only do so much. So I'm doing 3 sets of 15 here, and this was actually not the last movement. I didn't film my last tricep movement, but my last tricep movement is just a single arm at an angle, tricep push, whatever. Anyways, I am finishing off with those at 3 by 15, but I just did not film them because I'm a piece of shit. Anyways, that was my arm day, and that will conclude all of my lifting for the week. Then for the outro, I just decided to throw in this video of me posing because I have also been working really, really hard on my posing because it's just not something that comes naturally to me and I really need to practice. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned a little bit of something, got some inspo for your workouts. And I really hope you come back and watch my next video. We're almost 10 weeks out, baby. Bye.